Hey, welcome to the Christian Media Marketing Show, to the podcast, to the YouTube channel. My name's John. Thank you for being a part of the 300th episode of the Christian Media Marketing Show. 300 episodes, and a lot of time have passed since this podcast and then later on video show began. It started because I saw a need that I felt like of relevant teaching to, at that time, was a kind of a new thing, using social media marketing to find seekers and then to connect with them, leading to offline evangelism, discipleship, church formation, all of that fun stuff. And so Kavanaugh Media at that time was me, just one person. And it grew for quite a while, with me trying to wear many different hats and continuing to lean into learning and sharing and creating courses. And then we picked up more teams that we have served and more organizations that we have served, more locations that we were working in. And Kavanaugh itself has continued to grow. There have been good seasons. There's been some really hard seasons. In some ways, we're in a hard season right now. We're finding ourselves with almost a crossroads as to what's next. And I think that that's always a good thing, to turn the page, to look to new chapters, to try to figure out what is God doing. One of the things, after doing this now for several years and for 300 episodes, on this coming out on Friday, this podcast and then the video show, that I've learned is that what is true right now isn't always going to be true. Things are changing all of the time. It seems like things are changing even faster in the world we live in right now. Tools like AI and other things that are meant to try to help also introduce change and friction and things that make other things not work. And that's the unfortunate reality. But it's also just that reality. Things are always changing. And so, rules and buttons and techniques and software and all of this is changing. As I've looked back to some of the old episodes that I've done and the topics, oh, they're not true anymore. It's changed. Things that we used to do, we don't do any longer. And so, in the midst of all of this change, I find myself just personally in a season of change. God is doing some things. He is leading and directing, and I'm trying to figure out, Lord, what do you want? And part of that, part of my worship to Him is to say, here is this show. Where does it go next? And so, where it's going to go for at least a little bit here is nowhere. This will be the last episode for at least a little while, as I spend some time just trying to pray and seek the Spirit's guidance as to what is the need, where do I help with that. We just don't need more voices and more things happening that's out there. Where is there a need that serves the King and the kingdom? It might be in cybersecurity type of stuff and technology. It may be with something more just with seeing kingdom movements take place. I really don't know. And I find that being very true of a lot of things right now. I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next. And it's hard. It's hard to lead when you aren't sure of where you're going. It's hard to follow as well. But what we want to do is we're going to continue the weekly marketing newsletter. And I think this is good because this is the most relevant, and it's the right now kind of information that's coming out. And in that, it's 3, 4, 5, whatever it is of that week of Christian media marketing, just marketing types of things from the world. And we are looking through those and trying to say, this is with the mission team, this is why this might matter, or you need to be aware of this, or this is the change that we see happening. You can get it, read it, share it. You can read it whenever you want. You can Google Translate it if it's not even in English being your first language, which is something that a podcast and even a video show, some of them, are harder at. And finding the transcripts will help, but with a podcast, I don't know of any that are taking those and changing it over. And so I really do hope that you will go to our CavanaughMedia.com website. You can sign up there for the weekly marketing newsletter and get that delivered to you each week. I would also ask that you just pray. Pray for direction and for sensitivity to the Spirit to know what is next. I've looked back on episodes and I've seen ones where I've shared something super exciting, new things. I remember the episode that I shot in a hotel room the night that my mom passed, after just a couple hours after seeing her right before she passed and in that state, and then trying to record that podcast. There's been ones that are really relevant. There's been ones that maybe don't seem as relevant to you, but to me have all been ones that I lift up to the King and to you all, and I hope are a blessing. So I'm going to take a pause, and I'm going to wait to see how God directs next. And it may come right back on this channel. We may change the name. I don't know. We'll let you know for sure how God is leading. But thank you for 300 episodes and walking with me for however many of those you've listened or watched. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do for the King and for the kingdom. Thank you for all you do to make Jesus famous, to make him known in those places where he's not known yet, where people don't know the name of Jesus. There's a lot of adversity. There's a lot of challenges that are out there, but we can rely upon God. He is stable. He is sovereign. He's the one that we serve. And so until next time, keep pressing forward. Reach out to us. You can email me, all of that, but let us know how we can best serve you and serve the kingdom, including with this podcast and with the video show. Don't stop. Keep pressing forward. Thank you for all you do. Take care, and God bless.